Remember me? Ellipse has a standard form of the equation quantity x minus h squared over a squared plus quantity y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. On the other hand, it has a general form of the equation ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e is equal to 0. For example, express 9x squared plus 16y squared plus 72x minus 96y plus 144 is equal to 0 into the standard form of the equation of ellipse. For our solution, copy the given first, then check the numerical coefficients of x squared and y squared if they have common factor. If they do not have a common factor, just separate the constants on the other side. That's why positive 144 becomes negative 144, the color blue. Proceed with groupings with the same letter. So we have quantity 9x squared plus 72x. That's your first grouping. And then quantity 16y squared minus 96y. That's your second grouping. After that, check the two groupings if they have common factor and then factor it. For the first grouping, between 9 and 72, we have 9 as a common factor, and then we have 9 times quantity, 9 divided by 9, that's x squared, and then positive divided by positive is equal to positive, and then 72 divided by 9 is equal to 8. That's why we have 8x. For the second grouping, between 16 and 96, we have a common factor of 16. That's why we have 16 times quantity, 16y squared divided by 16, we have y squared. Negative divided by positive is equal to negative. 96y divided by 16 is equal to 6. Is equal to negative 144. Just copy. And you can proceed now with performing the completing the square. And this is the strategy. Just focus on the numerical coefficient of the middle term. And then divide it by 2 and then square it. For the first grouping, we have 8 as the numerical coefficient of the middle term. Divide it by 2, that's 4, and then square it, that's 4 squared. Remember that it's always positive for your resulting answer. Check the dark yellow color. And then for the second grouping, we have 6. Never mind first the sign, just consider positive 6. Divide it by 2, that's 3, and then square it, that's 3 squared, as shown by the color light blue. Since we added on the left side two numbers, which are 4 squared and 3 squared, we should also be added on the right side. But consider the factor, the common factor for every grouping. That's why we have plus 9 times quantity 4 squared plus 16 times quantity 3 squared. So we have two perfect square trinomials now. We have x squared plus 8x plus 4 squared, and then y squared minus 6y plus 3 squared. So perfect square trinomials can be converted into a square of a binomial. So how to do that? So just get the square root of the first term, that's square root of x squared, that's x. Square root of the last term, that's 4 squared. Square root of that is 4. And then square root of y squared, that's y. And then square root of 3 squared, that's 3. And for the sign, just copy the sign between the first and second or middle term. That's why we have positive for the first grouping and the negative between the second grouping. For your other side, just simplify. 4 squared is equal to 16, and then 3 squared is equal to 9. And simplify further, then we have 9 times quantity x plus 4 squared plus 16 times quantity y minus 3 squared is equal to negative 144 plus 144 plus 144. So we have only 144 left. Since negative 144 plus 144 is equal to 0, and the resulting equation can be multiplied by 1 over 144 by multiplication property of equality. And why 144? Because that's the LCD of 9, 16, and 144. And we can distribute 1 over 144 to every term of the equation, and then simplify it, and the resulting answer, quantity x plus 4 squared over 16 plus y minus 3 squared over 9 is equal to 1, is the final answer. And it's the standard equation of the ellipse, as reflected in the equation that I have shown earlier. That's it for now. I'm Sergio, saying you can learn even for just seconds. Thank you.